Hi guys, my name is Julian Manzano. I'm going to talk to you guys about comic book culture. I'm going to give you guys a famous quote from like a comic book icon, Stan Lee. He says, "I'm no prophet, but I'm guessing that comic books will always be strong. I don't think anything can really beat the pure fun and pleasure of holding a magazine in your hand, reading the story on paper, being able to roll it up, put it in your back pocket, you read it again later, show it to a friend, carry it with you, toss it on a shelf, collect them all, have a lot of magazines, line them up, and read them again as a series. I think young people have always loved that. I think they will always will. Let me do that. Basically, I'm going to be talking about how comic books are like very a part of this culture and how I'm related to it. So starting from introduction. Comic books like are really popular now because they're made from movies. Like most of the entertainment are based on comic books. Everything like media, they use comic books to help them with products and stuff. And I'm gonna say, and I relate to it because I was a comic book fan, still am. I started with how comic books are part of this culture. Well, basically everything you see around you, like movies that are coming up, they're basically just based on comic books, like superheroes, Spider-Man, Captain America, etc. And what people don't really know is that their comic books were actually used for children to read, and also it caught the adults' attention because it started talking about things that happened around during the time and during the environment. Like for example, Captain America was used as a comic book to help people understand what was going on with the war. Propaganda, that was actually basically what it was, like to be like, oh, we need help for the war and give us hope. And also something that was about like how it influenced us, like not only, but like self-interest too. Iron Man comic book, the first appearance like later on was about this guy who built this, like he had a family industry and everything. Like he was very wealthy, he made weapons for the military, and after an accident, he seen how the weapons and stuff were really bad and how his industry is like affecting the world. So he puts a stop, he puts armor and everything and tries stopping people using his technology. And later on during those comic books, he has a drinking problem. He starts drinking and he gets really drunk and he goes crazy, he goes down the economy, doesn't have money no more, so he has to struggle to get back his company. And you could relate it to how like nowadays everyone's drinking and stuff, like people have alcoholic problems. It's like telling everyone like to be more aware of what's going on around the world. It's not just based on comic books, real life too. And how like everything like movies and stuff. For example, Marvel, you guys know what Marvel is, like Spider-Man and stuff. They already have movies lined up to like 2025. Like, movies that haven't even came out, they already know what they're gonna put, what's gonna come out. TV shows, they have music already, cartoons. Like most cartoons you see are about superheroes. And how I relate to it, I remember I was like 4 or 5 years old when I saw a cartoon with Spider-Man that showed like on Fox. And I saw a commercial where it says, oh, buy the latest comic book of Spider-Man and that. I remember telling my mom, like, Mom, I want that, I want that. So she took me, and then I saw like the comic book store, like it was amazing how you see all these like books everywhere with like colors, pictures on them. I was amazed of how like everyone was interested in it. So I bought my first comic book that day. This one right here. I haven't opened it because I knew it was I bought 2. Because my mom told me they might be expensive in the future. You guys can look it up. Well, basically, and plus I had like a problem when I was young because like my parents divorced. I was going through a stage in my life, and I used those comic books to like stay out of like what was going on around me. I used it as just like another way to like distract myself from what's going on, and it also like motivated me to like do better because you see those superheroes, they have struggles too, and you want to do like become like a superhero and stuff. So like, for example, Superman, like he only had a mom because his dad died. I felt like that way because my dad was gone and I only had my mom, so I only had to take care of my mom and everything. So that made me become like who I am today. And basically, like to sum it all up, comic books are like known around the world. It's really popular. You see conventions like Comic-Con, conventions like in New York, everywhere. So I consider myself part of that culture. It helped me through my life, and I have like we all consider ourselves a part of that culture. And an end of the want to say is that it's not always just for nerds. It's not for just for people that are like young kids. It's also for everyone. And once you see a movie in the TV or you see a cartoon, just know it's based on a comic book.